Hello and welcome to another Build Fly Go video. We're trying a new camera angle this time. I mounted the GoPro up on the tail. Trying to figure out if this is going to work. It looks a little skewed. I think we might try and mess with that a little bit and see if we can get it to look a little better. I'm looking at this one for possibly longer flights, maybe with a picture-in-picture of the inside of the airplane or something of the sort. After watching this video myself a couple of times, it's like, this is interesting, but it's not all that exciting. um, but it seems to have worked fairly well. It doesn't vibrate or anything like that. The uh, the battery power situation is going to be tricky. I need to run some power up there for the camera, but we'll sort it out. So on this flight, we're going on a mission. We're going to Kmrj, Mineral Point, Iowa County, where our mechanic for Miss Build Fly Go's airplane is currently located. He's usually based out of Lone Rock, but unfortunately got flooded out. Lone Rock's been having a lot of flooding issues lately. And he's been flooded out, so he's over there now, and we needed to pick up some paperwork from him. So I flew over there real quick to grab it. It was very, very bumpy on this flight, and 16-knot gusting direct crosswind on this landing, which was exciting, shall we say. But yeah, so I just pulled off to let the other plane go and then taxi across to his hangar on the corner there. When we get done here, we're getting a bit low on fuel, so I figure it's time to set up for going to Monroe again, which you're all very familiar with at this point, is my usual fuel stop. You'll notice I have some hot start issues here. The engine is fuel injected, and it's a mechanical fuel injection system, which is different from what modern cars do. So I managed to flood it, and I had to wait a couple of seconds to crank it over again for it to start. You'll notice I taxi across the airport here. The airport has a little terminal building, FBO building, on this side of the ramp, and I just stopped in for the bathroom and to check on the fuel situation. They've been overhauling their fuel setup here, so though it looks like there's fuel, there really isn't. And they were actually just talking about the fuel setup as I walked by, so I went and said hello. So taxi to, I believe this is 22, and take off, and we're on our way to Monroe. Monroe is a pretty quick flight here. It's, I think it was 20-30 miles at most. This is the town of Monroe, I believe, that we're flying over. And the airport is just east of there, so you'll see me getting set up for the pattern here and descending. There's my flaps down and setting up for a landing. I think this is runway 30 at Monroe, so 30, I taxi on to 20 and over to the pumps. I'll keep you from watching me pump gas again this time, though I suppose this is a better view for that. And now back to Madison. Battery was dead on the top of the tail, so I grabbed the camera and put it back inside for this flight that you've seen a dozen times now, back to Madison from Monroe. The gusts died down fairly significantly. It actually turned into a fairly nice day to go fly, but I had plans for the rest of the evening. So just back to Madison with now full tanks, and to put the plane away and go about the rest of my day. I've been accelerating some chunks of videos here. Let me know if that's working out for you guys, the parts that are sort of dull, I accelerate. So landing on 3.6, I'm doing the visual straight in for 3.6. You'll notice there's I believe it's a Frontier 737 waiting for me right there. So I made sure to make the first turn off. I believe that's Bravo 5 on 3.6, and taxiing Bravo to Delta right here, and south ramp coming up. And here comes the hangar on the right. Thanks again, everybody, for watching, and we'll see you next time.